chance, first off, just tell me a little bit about, why are we here today? What happened?
Mayor Renault and I have, the last few months, have realized that there's been an increase in crime, not only in Kinsey, but also throughout the Wiregrass area. A lot of that has to do with firearms. And when I first came back to work for Mayor Renault, we read in the DOJ had a actual grant for gun crisis. So we applied for that grant, and in the process of waiting for that grant, we've noticed that the increase in activity using guns has really skyrocketed throughout the Wiregrass, Dothan, all the cities around that, including suicides, which we believe we have an obligation to try to stop or prevent as best we can, and that's what we wrote the grant for. Well, coincidentally, Monday evening, officers responded to a call of shots fired in the area known as Chevy Country, at which point the dispatch gave a description of the vehicle that was involved leaving the scene. Officers that responded from Houston County Sheriff's Office, obviously Kinsey, my sergeant, Jim Mock responded, and Webb responded as well. Upon arrival, they were met by the victim and a witness who advised that a car full of 4 people pulled up and actually shot at the vehicle and actually shot at the victim. The victim was hit twice and sustained minor injuries through a heavy jacket. The window to the vehicle, the back window, was shot out, and they actually believed that they were about to be shot and killed by this weapon right here. And as you can see, this looks like an assault rifle, an assault weapon. Plain, pure and simple. If this is pointed at you, you can see there's no orange at the end. You would certainly believe from a distance, if not from up close, that this weapon was capable of firing bullets. At that point, Sergeant Mock continued the investigation and was actually able to locate all the individuals involved. All of them have been charged, and I will release those names to both of you as soon as this is over with the report as well. But also, I found out on Monday night or Tuesday morning when I came in that a teen was shot and killed in Tarpon Springs, Florida, with a similar assault rifle. In that instance, the same thing occurred, with the exception of that individual went out and pointed guns at passing traffic instead of a specific target like was done here. The assault weapon was not identical, but very similar in nature, and you can see the photographs that they have from their dash camera. The officers opened fire, and they ended up killing a 17-year-old boy. Of course, our condolences go out to the family and the officers and the police department, but it just goes to show you that how violence is escalating, not only in the United States, but it's also coming close to home. And we feel we have an obligation to explain and to tell these 18-year-olds, 20-year-olds that they have to really, really become responsible and not to do this type of act, especially with firearms that look so real that it could cost them their life. And if they do it to the wrong person, if they do it in the wrong situation, then they're going to get shot, more than likely killed, if they continue this course of action. And we believe that we have an obligation to our citizens in Kinsey, but the community in general, that we need to try to prevent this and try to stop any further events of this happening.
This was solved because of the quick action of Sergeant Mock in running details down rapidly?
It was, sir. We work our own cases when we're on duty, and Sergeant Mock was able to get the information from the victim who knew the suspects, and at which point he was able to track down where the car went and where the actual gun was. And he was able to recover the weapon, as well as identify all the suspects involved, 3 which were charged, 3 18-year-olds were charged.
Where he located the subjects, what department was involved that helped him?
What department, sir?
Webb.
Webb PD was instrumental in assisting.
What kind of car were those suspects driving?
Chrysler 200.
And the car that they were shooting at, what kind of car was that?
It was a Jeep Liberty, was sitting in the yard.
And somebody was sitting in that car.
Yes, sir.
Were the parents at home when this happened?
Mother was inside.
The father?
He wasn't there.
So he could have very easily, if the father heard this, returned gunfire to him and been justified if he had hit him based on these weapons.
Most definitely.
And these suspects are charged with what
Assault
is it?
3rd degree at this point.
Where are they right now?
Released on bond, I believe.
Is this kind of stuff normal around in this area of town? I know you said there's been a increase, but I mean, we normally don't hear of a lot of activity here. Is this something out of the norm for you all?
I'd like to say it is, but it's becoming more predominant as I say, in the United States, and now it's coming here. It's unusual to have this so close to other incidents related throughout the United States, but now, again, we're trying to prevent that from becoming a norm.
What kind of gun is that?
This is an AK-1. It's a Crossman BB gun, full automatic. And you can see that it looks just like a, so if you were to load it or you were to look at it and you didn't see this part, you would believe that it was a rifle, an assault rifle. It has a collapsible stock as well. So,
And you said it shattered that car's back window.